As a city planner, I make plans for new places, and I make plans for making old places better. Since the late 80s, I've worked on about 75 plans for cities, towns, and villages, new and old. About a third of these have been built or are well underway, which sounds pretty bad, but is actually a decent batting average in this game. This means that I've had my fair share of pleasant surprises as well as many opportunities to learn from my mistakes. In the middle of this work, I took 4 years off to lead the design division at the National Endowment for the Arts. In this job, I helped run a program called the Mayor's Institute on City Design, which puts city leaders together with designers for intensive planning sessions. Every 2 months, somewhere in the United States, we would gather 8 mayors and 8 designers, lock ourselves in a room for 2 days, and try to solve each mayor's most pressing city planning challenge. As might be imagined, working side by side with a couple hundred mayors, one mayor at a time, proved a greater design education than anything I have done before or since. I specialize in downtowns, and when I'm hired to make a downtown plan, I like to move there with my family, preferably for at least a month. There are many reasons to move to a city when you plan it. First, it's more efficient in terms of travel and setting up meetings, something that can become very expensive. Second, it allows you to truly get to know a place, to memorize every building, street, and block. It also gives you the chance to get familiar with the locals over coffee, dinners in people's homes, drinks in neighborhood pubs, and during chance encounters on the street. These non-meeting meetings are when most of the real intelligence gets collected. These are all great reasons, but the main reason to spend time in a city is to live the life of a citizen. Shuttling between a hotel and a meeting facility is not what citizens do. They take their kid to school, drop by the dry cleaners, make their way to work, step out for lunch, hit the gym or pick up some groceries, get themselves home, and consider an evening stroll or an after-dinner beer. Friends from out of town drop in on the weekend and get taken out for a night on the main square. These are among the many normal things that non-planners do, and I try to do them too. A couple of years ago, while I was working on a plan for Lowell, Massachusetts, some old high school friends joined us for dinner on Merrimack Street, the heart of a lovely 19th century downtown. Our group consisted of 4 adults, 1 toddler in a stroller, and my wife's very pregnant belly. Across the street from our restaurant, we waited for the light to change, lost in conversation. Maybe a minute passed before we saw the push-button signal request, so we pushed it. The conversation advanced for another minute or so. Finally, we gave up and jaywalked. About the same time, a car careened around the corner at perhaps 45 miles per hour on a street that had been widened to ease traffic. The resulting near miss fortunately left no scars, but it will not be forgotten. Stroller jaywalking is a surefire way to feel like a bad parent, especially when it goes awry. The only consolation this time was that I was in a position to do something about it.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.